Today is the beginning of the end and the start of a new beginning. Time has come to refine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you're the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself for the approval from others. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos and geeks, please repeat after me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a I don't give a fuck. 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 It's time to start doing the right thing. So trust your instincts, stop listening to others, and own your decisions. People will always tell you what to do, opinion how to live. So let's create space for what matters most to you. You'll be glad you did. Now start claiming your time and your mental well-being by saying no more. No more. Say it loudly and proudly. In other words, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
And there we go. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at Roleplaying Unlimited for our Wednesday night campaign, finishing off the 19th week of activity here at the Coalescence. I am your host, Tragically HP, coming to you live from the 100th Meridian on the other side of the Cemetery Side Road. What's going on out there in Streamland? Johnny B with a 210 stream streak. Absolutely amazing, my friend. Good to see you as always. Oh, had a mandatory CPU update right there while I was doing, well, not mandatory, but with all the stream breakdowns lately. Once I got that notification after the stream had kicked off, I was let's just do it now instead of having anything get stupid in the middle of the stream. Okay, so yeah, we're getting all that set up, getting everything turned back on. And voila.
What's about to happen is going to be hard to watch.
Yeah! What's up, everybody? Good evening. Hello, hello.
What's up?
Hello, hello.
Who are we missing here? Oh, looks like Silver Polly. Where's Silver Polly at? I just talked to him. Oh, there he is. Good evening, everybody, or good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's right. How's it going, everybody? Good to see you.
Little pig, let me in.
Yes, let me in. That's right. 210 streams is easy with the amount of times that he pees. What the F, dude?
Just saying, man. When you get to be this age,
Big thanks to Johnny B there as well, in addition to the 210 stream streak. Also rejoining our, or continuing his subscription on our double annual just a couple hours ago. Very cool stuff. And we've got a combat in progress and 2 new characters to debut, so that ought to be a fun bit of chaos to kick off the intro to the session. And let's throw a Tarask in there as well, why not? Where are we? Where are we? We're at the Crystal Cave entrance. Yeah, that's right.
I can
Or
think
no,
of
that's
a few
Thursday.
reasons why not to throw a Taraskian.
Or no, that is Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday.
No, I thought we left off in the town waiting for a whole bunch of shit to come and ransack it.
Yes, yes indeed. We were waiting for the supply drop. Alright, and I'm trying to make this part of the opening ceremonies. Are there any logistical items that we need to take care of? And this would also include any of the start of session Beskar redemption options, like the party power up, natural 20s, extra damage for this session. I see DJ redeemed a couple of those already, but this would be the official opening window for any of you who wish to add those bonuses on for tonight's session. Something happened 9 minutes ago
I'm good.
on the stream, but I don't know what. It just says activity feed 9 minutes ago. Blank. All right. Well, let's coalesce then, shall we? Let's mix up a mad concoction here. Roll.
Oh, that's right. That was Buddy that was in town waiting for all the stuff to hit it. I get so confused.
Oh, I mean, either way, I mean, you're right one day, you're right the next day. Straight 12. Hey, look at that. I could have just kept the original thing I did there instead of actually having to roll a die. At 99%. Goodness gracious. All right. Well, then let's coalesce us a bit of Katie. 99% away from the existing battle at the 12 o'clock facing pretty much puts you right up here at the far north side of the map. And let's do a little bit of the same for Kimberly. Wow, look at that. 12 o'clock as well. Are we going to join in? 10%. I thought that was 00 for a second. Alright, I guess 10%, there's not a whole lot of difference here. We've got 2 primary combats going on, so I guess we're going to start you like right over here in the middle of all of it.
Can I switch with Katie? I don't like that spot.
Katie's like, hey, this is the first time I've gotten a lucky roll in like 3 years here, be quiet.
I mean, pretty much.
Alright, so before we officially get this combat underway, let's have the two of you roll initiative, please. Yeah, that would have been great if one of them started off like under the roof right here. The roof has been collapsed on top of my starting position. Now what? Excellent. That takes care of all that. Alright, so since we have a new player, not just a new character joining our table here tonight, we lost Ken. Unfortunately, he played Tank, he played Kukulin, and then his schedule got changed up, so he moved over to Thursday table this past week. If you didn't catch it, his new character, Kukulin, the guy from the future who's like level 12, he took a draw from the deck of many things, and it were the Donjon. So later, Kukulin, unfortunately, in more ways than one. So Ken has not only jumped to a different table, but had to create a new character for that table, because things got really crazy over there this past Thursday night. And Katie had her character Lantirthi outright slaughtered in one of our previous combats, and the character opted not to return to life. So Katie is bringing in a new character here entirely. And to replace Ken at this table, since he's now moved over to Thursday, we've got Kimberly from our Tuesday table joining us with her new character. So in that respect, as we go through our initiative here, we'll have each character introduce themselves, and let's start off with Dawn over here.
Thank God, Katie, you got some pleasure out of the fact that she fully traumatized Sophia by doing that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, I am Manuel Antonio Matheson. I am a pirate of some renown. I'm also very well known for losing my weapons. So I had to learn how to fight unarmed and drunk. So I became a drunken fighter. The gloom here has really affected my abilities and such, which also gave me a couple of levels of Gloomstalker Ranger to add to my repertoire of awesomeness. And I am the companion of Moahula, who will be introduced later.
Very, very well. Let's see what you got for your turn here. Most of the zombies in the vicinity have been dispatched, but there are a few still, or two still alive, I should say.
That's because the two most powerful characters are on this side of the board.
That's right, Monkeyson and Monkeyson.
Very true. The monkey. I mean, that thing is just amazing. All right. I'm going to start off with my first attacks on that. What is this, a D zombie?
These are all class dumbass, yep. Not a single C among them.
I'm going to use my bonus action.
Starting off strong.
Yeah, I'm going to actually use my bonus action right now to power up my fusion, my elemental fusion. So I'm going to choose Thunder. Well, that was... I'm going to use inspiration after that.
Okay. There you go. Not as cool as Mr. Fusion right there. There you go. That'll hit, but we're still standing.
Okay, so I use my action. I use my bonus action. That leaves me at... actually, with that hit, I'm also going to use my Crusher feat to move him 5 feet back. My Tavern Brawler.
Do you have extra attack?
Yeah. I get 2 attacks per round. Plus, I get my bonus action, which I could either have a bonus action attack or
Right.
a bunch of other slew of other things. And then as part of Tavern Brawler, I can push him 5 feet back.
Right. I guess what I'm asking, because it sounded like you used your bonus action for the second attack. So if that's the case, wouldn't
No.
you have a third attack?
No, I actually used my bonus action in between my 2 attacks.
Well, that was such a bonus, I didn't even catch it. All right.
Yeah, see, because the first attack didn't have my elemental infusion.
That's what it was.
So before I took my second attack, I used the infusion, and that's why I was able to hit a little bit harder.
Okay. Well, that's how we will conclude that then, and coalescing here into the cyberpunk Waterdeep setting for the first time is Zivara. Tell us a bit about what we see. We don't necessarily know this character yet, so let's all assume it's got a red health bar, and everybody go get her!
Now, that's not okay. Zafara is a amethyst-skinned tiefling, and she is a shadow magic sorcerer. And you may also see she has some like bat-like wings sticking out of her back, as well as her horns.
She's evil.
Boy.
We need to kill her.
Ah!
Wow. Thank
I
you
agree.
guys so much.
And we can
Cool.
assume, based on the abilities your character has, that this is not your first tangle in the coalescence. Probably the first time you've been forcibly shunted to this realm, but you do possess the knowledge of how to fight these undead already, so once you see them in your vicinity, it's not all of a sudden, oh crap, what do I do? You've been here before.
Cool. So
There's this one guy surrounded by a bunch of them right over here to your left. And then there is a mass of them that are just all kinds of bunched up right over here. You can't tell. It looks like they're trying to dogpile on top of somebody, but you can't see anything in there. And then here's Justin's horrible abomination, but thanks to the invisibility superpower, nobody really sees that there.
I also do have true sight up to 60 feet.
That changed what I said then.
Cool. That thing looks
We're buddies
terrifying.
then.
Oh yeah, that thing is pretty horrific. And it appears to be attacking the zombies at least. And it's kind of floating a little bit off the ground.
Cool, that's fun. I'm just gonna start going after ones over in this area. I'm gonna do Ice Knife. That's the one in the corner.
Okay. Have you been present for any of the revelations of what these oranges look like under the true sight?
No.
Okay. So when you look at any of these oranges under true sight, you can see a series of necrotic tendrils extending from the carcass of the zombie to about 10-15 feet in the air above it, attached to a struggling, writhing, screaming, barely visible, what you have to assume is the soul of this zombie. It's like there's a tether keeping the soul attached to the zombie while the carcass just mindfully shambles around in the material realm. But for true sight, you can see the faint flicker of life that still keeps this thing in that facet as well.
Alright then. Okay, so with Ice Knife, The first one is a spell attack, but that doesn't show up on my spell sheet. So I'll have to figure out how to fix that later.
All good. Okay, so we'll take that. The target on each creature within 5 feet. So I think that's DJ and then all 3 of these zombies here.
Well, I don't know if it gets that many creatures.
It says,
Oh yeah, it does.
yeah,
Never
everybody
mind.
within 5 feet.
Yeah.
The initial target only or this guy will take the initial damage, but everybody else will possibly take the extra cold damage as well.
Yeah, it's
Alright, so dexterity saves are called for. 1 from DJ, 2 from me. Oh, jeez. Burn that natural 20, alright. And then I need all 3. 1, 2, 3. 15, 20, and 9. So it looks like the third one will fail to save. So third one takes the excess cold damage, and then we need the die 10 piercing for the original attack on this guy. Ice Knife is one of those weird ones. It's like it's a default spell, but for some reason it doesn't populate an attack block like ever.
yeah, it does like a really weird thing. Also, I have no idea how my orange peeler stuff works with any of this. I
Oh,
have
yes,
never
yes, yes.
done spells with coalescence, so this is it's gonna take me a minute. Sorry.
That's okay. I will apply that manually. Okay, so 2 plus the orange peeler damage. Bring that up to there. And then plus an additional 12 on you. Brings it to right there. Okay. So that should account.
Quick question. So, because I saved, I take half. But because I also have resistance, that would be a quarter. So, what would that damage output be if it's only 5?
Well, in
1.
that case, it would be 1, but in this case, it's an all or nothing. You make the save and you take nothing at all. But in a normal case where half is the damage, then yeah, 5 would reduce to 2, 2 would reduce to 1. And anything else for your turn there, Kimberly?
I'm just gonna move a little bit farther away.
Alright, bear with me here. I have to do character introductions for 16 different breeds of zombies. So let's start with this guy here. He was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1967. His passions included drag racing, fixing up old cars, and long walks on the creek. Okay, moving to the next one right here. No, just kidding. Alright, the zombies are gonna get some action going here. I mean, we've already got...
Wait. Where's the guy that's looking for his jaw? He's got to be in there somewhere.
Oh, geez, yeah, where is that freaking guy? What happened to that zombie? I think he gave up. Oh, there he is. I'm already dead. You killed me already, you assholes. Still never gonna find his jaw. He began the coalescence the day that jawbreakers were invented. He took a big bite, the coalescence happened, and the rest was history. Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them on Spartan here. And we'll have to do a little shift right there to ensure flank from all of them. But yeah, otherwise 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 die 5. Okay, let's try it out. Bite, weapon, scratch, scratch, bite, scratch. Okay. A bunch of misses and a natural 20 in there for a mighty 7 points of scratch damage, but that's the only one of the lot that gets through.
So that would be 3.
You resist cold damage and physical damage? Oh, yes, I gave you that one right there. So technically, yes, it would be 3. 4 and 3, so yeah. 2 and 1. Okay, now for the zombies over here. Nice. Totally planned that. I don't know how well any of them are going to be able to flank you here, but some of them seem a little more attuned to our invisible creature's presence. And one of them is actually going to bump off of you in its attempt to get over here to Peely Beal, because that's who we do see.
Stay away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of us. Six die 2 is gonna be, oh geez, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is gonna go up here and join the conflict against Spartan. All the rest of them are going after Peely Beal.
Shit.
So here we go with some of this. Run, run, run. Just kind of feeling our way around this invisible boulder that seems to be impeding some of our progress.
What'd you call me?
Yeah, hey, look at that. One of them finally left your threatened zone there, J-Man, if you want to get the attack of opportunity on this handsome fella.
The Crypt Keeper.
Looks a little like Jason from Part 7, after he's been submerged for the better part of 30 years. Spine's all poking out from the back. Garg! Yeah, that hurts. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Let's start with the one that went over to the north after Spartan. It's going to try a scratch attack with the flank, and that's going to be a miss. And then 6 attacks over here against Peely Beal. Okay. Pummel, pummel, bite, weapon, weapon, grab. Okay. 24 to hit for 6.
Yep.
And 21 to hit for a grapple. That's all that actually hits out of that entire bunch right there. That could have gone worse. And then the 2 over here. Just get back up in Manuel's face. Now we're going to go weapon, and then against Gale, we're going to go grapple. Neither of those will hit the mark. And perhaps for the first time ever in a massive combat, Katie was not swarmed by 15 of these fucking things. Alright, so let's pass it over to Gale here. Also looking for a brief introduction, if you would.
All right. Gail asked me to go ahead. But Mohura came from a society of Leonin cat folk and other feline creatures. One day, while she and her friends were out fishing on a fishing boat, they were attacked by slavers and captured. They were rescued by Manuel, where they became good friends. Ended up getting arrested in a bar fight, waking up in a very unusual situation of things not being exactly the same. So they've been traveling around. Moa is like the most dangerous person on the entire planet. So go ahead, Moa.
Sounds like a challenge.
No,
So I
it's
guess
not that
both-
I don't like to do it. It's just that Don tells it better than I do.
It sounds like both of your characters are still not entirely convinced that this whole thing is not just a bad beer buzz.
Yeah, very true.
This is one hell of
Okay,
a
so I'm
hangover
going-
last time I drink Guinness.
I'm going after this guy since he's right next to me.
Sure. Oh
That's
dear.
attack number 1.
Okay, well that's it. Goodbye.
He's dead.
Yeah, he had 37 HP, so that is a clean cleave right through cranium.
Awesome. Then I'm going to move down here and go for that guy.
Oh hell no, that one's gonna use his reaction. Oh yeah, we're out of here. Later. Oh, if only we had that ability. Please be gentle. Oh! That's not gentle. I only had 5 HP left.
And since there's no more in my area, I can still move, right?
Absolutely.
She's counted out her squares right now. If you're wondering what the dead air is.
Okay.
And that would be it for me.
Trying to scarf down my my late dinner here before I jump on camera. So all good in that respect. We'll pass it over to Peely Beal down here. Let's also get a brief introduction from you before you take off.
Paley Beale is a inquisitive rogue. He grew up doing minor crimes, you know, bit of pickpocketing here and there. Ultimately, found out that the thrill of investigating and actually finding out information about his marks was more interesting. So, kind of steered more towards being a detective. And they are currently looking for their friend slash criminal informant. They were running. They're actually running away from people with their friend before the coalescence hit, and now they're just trying to find them.
Is his friend Healy Beal?
I wish. No, that's his dad.
I mean, it should
Obviously.
be. Oh, okay.
His
It's a
friend is
pa-
Magoo. We all know it.
No, that says when he multiclasses cleric, that's going to be his god. That's his warlock patron.
Oh, he happens to look like C-3PO.
Honestly, if I thought I could get away with that, I would.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. All right,
I'm a
so
healer.
introduction. You are grappled. Don't forget your regeneration, and go right ahead.
And first of all, going to kill the person that has me grappled. I won't get sneak attack on this, so hopefully I will be able to kill them.
Just a reminder about the thicker bamboo patches right here. They do count as difficult terrain if we are moving through them, but otherwise it's pretty open terrain around here.
Gilly is very fast.
These are also Class D zombies, so it's kind of a hand wash combat here, but considering how much damage they can potentially do if they get one of you swarmed, we are going to play it through just to see how it goes.
Yeah, it's against the guy that has me grappled. That's with the orange pillar, obviously.
You really want a pain to the eye. Watch me turn up the light here and watch the glare. Look at this. Whoa! There you go. Take that.
Whoa!
Okay, the rapier.
Please
And
die.
your character is bereft of orange peeler abilities. Is that correct?
Oh, certainly not. In fact, with this latest level up, I took orange juice.
Oh,
as
so
well.
did you just click the wrong attack block then? You didn't attack with the or no, it doesn't actually. It doesn't say orange peeler in the bit right there.
It's because I have it added up in my extras with including my sneak attack, so it's like orange peeler plus 38 damage. I've got to make a stat block for like just the weapon damage. But yes, now that he's dead, I'm going to run away with mobile, so no attacks of opportunity. 5, 10.
That's only from the one you targeted, though, correct?
I think with mobile it's just no.
I don't think it includes everybody. I think that is the loophole that I took note of.
Oh yeah, against a creature, so you're right.
Correct. So yeah. So the other 5 will try their reactions. Oh wait, if you're not moving, then we're not going to.
Oh no, I was counting it out. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Okay, well, 2 of them are going to try and try a grab, the very first one, so that might change everything. Nope, that's a miss. So then the second attack is unarmed. That is also a miss. Third one is another grab attempt. That's another miss.
Thank God.
Another unarmed strike. That's a miss. And a bite attack. Miss. Man, got used to fighting all these advanced zombies that going back to the original model is kind of refreshing.
Didn't even have to use my reaction. And then I'm going to, because these zombies were swarming this hut, I'm going to use my eye for detail and use a bonus action to investigate it. See if there's anything in there or anyone in there that they were after.
Roll it up.
And with level 9, thank God, I also have advantage.
Did you move no more than half your speed?
Technically, I did.
Gotcha. Well, that's kind of negligible, the
have,
difference between those two numbers.
I have 80 feet of movement, so...
Gotcha. So this rather simple rooftop stood maybe about 10 feet high and was supported by 4 wooden pillars. Without lifting up the rooftop itself, only kind of glancing at it from right here next to it, it does appear that all 4 of the pillars were sliced through with a very, very fine weapon that didn't even crack the wood whatsoever. It was like a hot knife through butter.
Well,
If you were here at the time that it went down, it probably sounded a little bit like.
butter knife. Gotta be careful of them.
And I got this little cheese grater right here. Yeah, a little cheese knife.
But yeah, that will be it for PD.
Very good. Let's go over to the guy surrounded by all these zombies here. Get a little introduction for Spartan.
Spartan is a variant human. He is a knight. And he basically just defends what he can and loves combat.
Very good. And let's see how many of these you can finish off in this round.
I'm going to attack the one directly south of my character.
Okay. All right, 26. That is, yeah, we cannot make that saving throw, so that's one.
And next one, directly to my right.
Okay. Give me a break. I already got killed once this round. Oh, son of a... Wow, all right. That's happy accident right there. 25 is exactly how many hit points he had left, and because it's a crit, instant death.
And with my bonus action, the southwest.
You have a bonus action longsword swing. Do you have two of those?
Well, no, I have 2 attacks, and then the Great Weapon Master. If I kill something, I get another bonus action as an attack.
Sure. Okay, that makes more sense. Another natural 20. Gosh, all right. This guy's thinking his maker. Well, wait, nope, that's shorting you on the crit damage. So actually, this guy's dead too. There will be no thanking of any makers. Zastam will go unthanked today.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. And let's pass it over to this thing over here that since one of our 2 new characters can actually see with the true sight boon, let's describe what's going on here.
Well, fortunately, Katie's already familiar with the character, but Sophia is normally a, I believe she's a half wood elf, or she's a wood elf.
I don't know. You tell me.
I couldn't remember if she was half or not. No, she's a full wood elf, normally, and she was just a innkeeper, barmaid in Waterdeep when the nonsense of a zombie apocalypse started, and she called out to any entity that would hear her to help her survive, and the Black Goat of the Woods responded, making her a warlock of the Great Old One patron. And through her warlock pact, she has enhanced her body and can transform her body into different eldritch beasts, which is what she has done currently. She is now in the form of one of these eldritch beasts in order to combat the undead more effectively. But she is invisible because, well, she believes her patron bestowed her with this power. It's, of course, the superpower that came from the Cardathi wave, but she doesn't know that. And so that's her.
Nice lore connections right there. Go right ahead, buddy. Oh dear.
And I have Orange Peeler 2.
Yarg. Okay. We're starting with the weakest one here?
Correct, I went to the north.
Okay, well that is 7 HP off of, I guess, 12, 28, 29 HP is what you got left. Any of these three are at full HP, so they'll still be alive, but 29 HP is most of their health. Okay. Pass it over there.
And then I'll take my multi-tag claw on him.
Alright, 24. That's going to leave 11 extra damage from OP2 that we can spill over elsewhere. Oh! Not the guy that likes working on his car. Long walks on the creek.
Yeah, you don't need that car anymore, buddy. And that's it. I did my 2 attacks. I'm still invisible, just floating there.
You wouldn't think it to look at me, but I aced the vision test at the DMV. I should still be able to drive.
Alright. Let's head on over to Katie here, and we're going to need to put down a familiar icon on her token. She has a familiar item to some of our groups. Her character looks a little blurry, and some of you are thinking you might need glasses when you take a look at her awesomeness. But tell us a bit about yourself, please.
Okay. So let's see if I can fuck up this name because it's rough.
I didn't even want to start.
Brigilial. Brigilial. So she's a pretty strange character, by most people's standards, I'll say. Her kind of tribe of people left her on her own to her own devices, but she was kind of fine with that. She was more than happy to grow up in the company of nature and the wolves and the owls and the trees. So, like, even with the Videlcan folk, she was weird because, they're very logical through, they seek perfection through logic, civilization, blah, blah, blah. But, like, Bree found kind of the beauty in the ordered chaos of nature and the rhythm of nature. So she was kind of, like, ostracized from them. So she's like, okay, fine, whatever. She's very protective of nature. She kind of puts that above most other things, not necessarily because, like, oh, nature's beautiful and shit, but, like, just because it's the right thing to do. Civilization had its place to her, but it threatened the balance of the world, so she kind of stepped away, and it's very kind of generally discontent maybe with the concept of civilization as it is known. Anything else that's, like, super she seems pretty, like, robotic from the outside to, like, normal people because she wasn't socialized normally, obviously. So she tends to take things very literal, and she's kind of very adept at kind of traversing where she is because she tends to know it pretty well, and kind of protecting herself. She gets, the concept of alliances and symbiotic relationships, but aside from that, pretty solitary. So I am.
And because Katie's playing her, she's probably evil.
Maybe not evil, but I can guarantee you she's gonna have a lot of nat ones.
I'm gonna say Dewdrop's not evil.
Yeah, and your mic cut out for me for a second there. I was like, I didn't catch evil. I was like, what is she? What?
She's weird as shit, but I don't know about evil.
And, I'm pretty sure her name's Brigula Y'all.
Brigilial.
Bring it all, y'all.
Yeah, yep, that one. Yep.
She's from the Appalachians. Bring it all, y'all.
Hey, look, I lived there for a while. It's a pretty great place, okay?
Last name
Didn't
is
say it wasn't.
last name is come back now, you hear?
I literally just had an interview with a university in Appalachia, so
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. I was like, yeah, you guys offered me admission like a decade ago, and I said no. But do you want to get me a job though?
I hope that works well for you.
Dude, same. Cause, oof,
You
rough
deserve
job
it.
market.
Absolutely.
If I deserve it, but it's a rough market.
Oh no, you do. Go right ahead with your turn, though.
Yay, let's get our first nat one of the night. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take my attacks on this ugly dude I can see up here.
I mean,
Not
that's kind
nat
of
one, but
That's kind of messed up right there. This guy's very personal, or very sensitive about his appearance.
I mean, that's
And
nice.
Let's see, class dumbass. Okay, 14.
Dumbass.
Yeah, class dumbass zombie. We are 14 AC, so that first attack is going to hit. We will take all of that. Second attack is a little shy. You can use force point or inspiration to change that around, though.
I will use my force point. What's that? 1d6, right?
It's a 2d6 and take the better of the two. So just in case you get a nat 1, you got a second chance there. Don't snake eyes, though. Os! That's a good shot, though.
The nat one is there.
It's in there.
I'm really good at it. And then I think I will just kind of start to sneak closer over here. We'll go right there-ish. Where I'm not gonna get too super close. I'm gonna kind of try to hide myself. What is it? The cunning action. That's my bonus action. Hide. Right. Yes. So then I will use that. And
Try
then
to duck into the trees. Oh wait, I didn't notice you were standing in a tree right there.
Okay. And then what is that? A stealth roll, right?
Mm-hmm. And while you're knocking that out, oh yeah, that's good.
Awesome.
They can probably smell you, though, if they choose to depart Spartan's area of threat right here. But for right now, they seem pretty intent on trying to tear through that tin can armor right there and get to the juicy meat inside. But we'll check that when the zombies have their next turn. Right now, that's over to you, Don. Next round.
All right, so lots of corpses that are remaining corpses. Looks like our battlefield is thinning out a lot, and it looks like we've got a couple more evil people that showed up. Let's see.
Turns out this is Zastam's phylactery right here.
No, not monkey, son.
There's Don split in
Zastam
four
can
squares again. Oh, there he goes. I will ease into the southwestern one.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, I think I will use produce flame on that one.
Okie dokie. Yeah, exactly. That's a hit. Orange peeler?
I forget the one from the element. Yeah, but I didn't mark that on here, so it would be 3d8.
It'd be 24 more
my
damage.
normal damage. So that's 24 more damage.
Yeah, and I had 4 hit points. I guess the more important question is, did you have Orange Peeler 2 and you send that bolt through a few people?
I actually have Orange Peeler, Orange Juice, and Orange County.
Right. Not Orange Peeler 2, though, which is basically the optional extension on Orange Peeler. You don't have to have that before you get orange juice.
Right, and that will end my turn.
Okie doke. Let's go back up here for Kimberly's next turn.
Alright, question. Totally forgot that this was a thing. Master Orange Peeler, is that like a once per long rest type of thing? Because I don't see it in the explanation anywhere.
I don't believe it is. That basically takes over your attacks. It's basically just, instead of randomly trying to pick these things apart, it's just, I'm wading in and I'm killing these ones over here. You have surpassed, cool. Yeah, you surpassed the point where you're having to roll attacks.
Alright, so, and it's within attack range, which my spell attacks are up to 120 feet.
Gotcha.
So,
60 feet sight range.
4. Okay, so that's, let me make sure. Okay, yeah. So 1d4 plus 4.
Like 4.
So that is 7 of them that are just instantly wiped out.
Yeah.
Which 7? I'm just going to drag them right off the map.
I want ones that haven't been hit, like, at all. So, can we do the...
I got 3 of them right here. Perfect.
Yep. And then there's 3 that are unhit down south.
I got
And then there's 1 more.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
I feel satisfied.
Which spell are you using?
Yeah, give us a visual of what you just did.
Yeah, exactly. You don't actually have to burn a spell slot for it, but if the range of your attack is this, like, what does it look like to everybody who just is like, holy crap?
Well, I was using the range of my Scorching Ray spell, so basically, except I wouldn't want it to be fire. I would want it to just be like a fun color, like a purpley color that's just like coming off in beads off of me at each of them.
Oh, damn. It's a scene from Charmed. Nice. Very nicely done. So that's your move, that's your action. Anything else? I didn't catch your response there. It sounded like you cut in and out.
Oh, sorry. I said I'm all good.
Cool. All right. Let's pass it over to the zombies, who are now suddenly missing 75% of their assembly. Shit, more than that. There's only 3 of us left. That was a good show.
Oh, for sure.
My mom ironically watched that show, so I would catch it on occasion during periods when I was over there. Okay, well, the 3 of them are closest to... That's funny. These ones sniffed out Justin, and they never took attacks last round. They just were like, we know he's here, and we're going to stand next to him to prove it. Dumbasses. I guess to make up for that, this one should at least take an attack this round, and I'm going to make sure it's not a grapple. At least try to do some damage. Invisibility disadvantage, that is an 18 to hit for 6 bludgeoning.
Oh, damn, that's actually going to hit me in this form.
Wow. All right. Yeah, this thing gets an elbow in there as it just goes flailing its limbs trying to get something. Manages to clock you with an elbow in there.
Of course, I am resistant to normal damage. So.
Sure. Oh, yeah, these things are totally dishing normal damage. whatever wish upgrade our triumvirate of big bads have bestowed upon our zombies. We've not yet seen that manifest either. We're kind of letting things level out here after the Cardathi, if you only knew the power, and Yuuzhan Vong treachery triumvirate of events right there. We're kind of we're gonna let the dust settle on that before we bring in what the liches are doing with their wish spell, as well as the other events that I mentioned that are incoming over the next 3 sessions here. Alright, so that's an attack on Justin, and then these two right here, that's like 50, well shit. Alright, let's see. 3 and 4. 9, okay. So this one is gonna charge over to Peelybeal, and that is going to just brush by J-Man's threatened range. Might be able to take this thing out. Definitely. The next one is going right after Moahula and runs right into Justin. And fails its perception check, so it's now feeling its way around. That's 10. That's 20. 25, 35, 45, taking account the difficult terrain, so it just barely has enough to get up to her. Must have been the wind. Pat-pow. Of course, I knew it. After all that, we're gonna go after her. We're gonna go for a grapple attack. Yeah! And miss horribly. And wouldn't you know it, Gale's turn is next. We literally just brought the meal right to you.
Okay. Get my character sheet and attack number 1.
That's right,
Does
like
that hit?
Ken is saying here in Streamland, Thursday Crew has the Spear of Magoo. And that will absolutely hit, and that's more than we can survive. And then there were 2.
Awesome.
Oh, only 1 actually.
So I'm going 1, 2, 3. All right, and attack number 2.
Alright. Oh, that's actually a miss. It will kill it if we turn that into a hit, if we spend that inspo. Or a force point as well.
Can I take an inspiration?
Definitely.
I can kill it next round if you
Wait.
don't want to waste that.
Wait, inspiration or a force point? What force point?
Force point have replaced hero points. So instead of rolling 1 die 8, it's 2 die 8, and you're taking the better of the 2. It's like a hero point with advantage.
No, I'll take the inspo.
Okay. And definitely finish this one off. And close out the turn order. Whatever these zombies were all riled up about, they were completely surrounding this when we came to this site. We fireballed a few clusters of them. Got their attention. That's how we ended up getting swarmed in a couple cases. We dropped Peelybeal on top of them like he was crowd surfing a mosh pit, and they got some lucky rolls in there, made him pay for it. And it took a few moments for the rest of us to scramble into position and take care of these things, but thanks to our timely intervention, as well as the sudden appearance of 2 new companions, we got the job done. And as Peely has already discovered, it does appear a lightsaber is responsible for bringing the roof of this structure down to what your group was led to believe was just a survival shelter. Just a little spot out here that foresight-minded people had prepared with supplies, weapons, things of that nature in case people were really in a bad way and got trapped out here, as your group was well armed and equipped and actually had all your magic items. heading past this site the first time, it may be of interest now passing back on the south, considering what has happened. And the zombies are definitely interested in something here, whereas that was not the case the first time around.
I think the first thing we should do is the elephant in the room. We have two newcomers here that are they real or am I just imagining them?
Speak
Telepathic. Telepathically from me, I'll address Mathis and say, I see them as well. It seems like they came through, much like we sometimes do, from the ethereal tunnel.
Do
At
you
least I
still?
assume that's...
I'm sorry.
What was
Go ahead.
At least I assume they appeared like the ethereal tunnel things do.
Correct. And my question is, does your character communicate in the same voice, even in this form?
I've never thought about it. I always thought so, but maybe not.
Right, I was just wondering. That seems fair. And also, does this do you drop the invisibility?
I have not yet, because I don't know what's
Sure.
under the roof thing yet.
Very fair, very fair. Proceed as you will.
Oh my gosh. You have a monkey? That thing is so cute. Can I pet it?
If he'll let you.
Monkey
I'm
Son
gonna
makes
try
his
to
own
pet the
decisions.
monkey. Okay.
Monkeyson enjoys a good pet and a good scratch.
Well, Monkey Son will let that happen, then can't be all bad.
Yeah, and you guys thought there was a second newcomer here, but she went and stealthed off in the bamboos, and none of you are quite aware of where she's at, unless your passive perception is pretty insane. That does remind me, for
You may also-
for Kimberly, we need to roll superpowers for this new character.
You may also notice that the monkey has wings.
Ooh, me too. And I'll turn around and be like, these are my wings.
Monkey shows off his wings.
Oh, my name's Zafara, by the way. Are you guys okay?
We're better than okay, as a matter of fact. I am Manuel Antonio Matheson, pirate extraordinaire, and my good friend and companion Moa Hula introduces the giant barbarian Leonin.
I got to kill things, so I'm great.
So yeah, Kimberly has spider affinity with this character.
What does that mean?
Enables web walking, spider climbing, and advantage on initiative. And Magic Savant, you are gifted with a powerful 6th level magic spell, randomly determined, that you can use at least once per long rest. The specifics are to be determined. Based on how awesome the spell is, that will kind of determine how often you're able to make use of it. I'm going to check the spell listing right here to determine what spell it is, but feel free to continue on while I do that.
I was just going to ask anything of note on any of these bodies.
They do have a variety of different mundane possessions and coins primarily that will be of interest. We will sort that out here shortly.
10-4.
Bree's just gonna like, she's gonna stay kind of stealth, but like she's just gonna kind of like inch her way towards the group, the less hostile they seem.
Very cool.
Found ya.
So, what's going on here?
The undead were attacking this structure for some reason.
One more question. Is that weird, like, creature thing on the other side that's pretending to be invisible, is he with you? Or, like, what is that?
The weird creature slowly turns its head to look at you, and then in your head, you hear what's mostly just Fia's voice, but there's this weird, like, echo kind of behind it as well, which is like another different voice as well. And it says in your mind, "Oh, you can see me. That's pretty cool."
I just stand there and wave frantically at you, like, with a big smile.
My name is Fia Lien. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, good point, Peely, is that with True Sight you would see Ophelia in her normal form because that's her regular form.
Oh yeah, that's true. You might see like a superimposed image because True Sight kind of like sees through
Right.
things.
It's like this image overlaying your real image, kind of.
Kind of, yeah, because like you see the illusion, but you see through illusions. You see the shape change, but you see through shape change. So you can kind of see like, oh, it's supposed to be invisible and it's supposed to be this, but it's actually this.
Interesting.
Your magic savant
Well,
spell
there's a
just
lot of
got you the
stuff.
Globe of Invulnerability. 2 times per long rest. Basically, eliminates spells of level 5 or lower cast on people inside the barrier.
Oh, and while we're all hanging around, my rage goes away, so I'm not as big as I was when those two newbies came in.
Very cool. Yeah, she would have actually been like so. And now let's get some treasure cards.
Either, what's that blue flare just popping around everybody?
I'm just shooting into the distance for fun.
I think he's attacking the new character for no reason whatsoever.
I'm trying to find them.
Are you actually firing on Bree though?
No, well, but if I can, I would like it look for you.
That's gonna say, like, if you are actually like firing off of me, I will fire an arrow and purposely miss. But like, just hey, like, there's a thing here. That thing is me.
Yeah, one of the only people without magic is shooting fire at you. Take that. Yeah. But no.
So telepathically to Zavara, Fia would say, Was there another that arrived with you? We seem to have lost one of you.
I mean, they didn't come with me. I think. I don't really know. I think they attacked something and then they went and hid. But yeah, I don't know who they are.
I respect that.
I just kind of showed up here.
It's kind of a good thing the magic savant didn't give him teleport, because that would cause a whole mess of issues.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. I would probably re-roll that, considering that there's a teleport minor power, which gives you the unlimited Misty Step. It would seem kind of silly for a major power to give you the spell version that, in turn, can break the campaign.
So, what's inside that building that was so important for those zombies? Anybody check it out yet?
I relayed the information about the thing that we didn't know was a lightsaber cutting the beams, but we haven't actually looked inside yet.
I've been investigating it as my creature for a minute here.
The damage is pretty recent, within the last half hour, you would think. So whatever brought this roof down and caused the zombie ruckus over here was, yeah, very recent.
Is there any tracks leading away from the hut?
There are no tracks leading away from the location. We would need some survival checks. Tracks are going to be hard to come across in this area, just as it is with the 50 or so zombies that were recently just stomping a mud hole into the area.
Yeah, as my Eldritch Bear, I'm just gonna, basically swat the roof out of the way, so, flip it off where it's at, so it can expose the area.
Easily done. And with the roof out of the way, you can indeed see the small, it's almost like a dugout in baseball. Like it's a long rectangular subterranean-ish area with a long bench set across the far side that has a number of crates and boxes stacked upon them. They're writing on the boxes indicating the types of supplies that can be found inside each box. Nothing particularly outstanding that stands out to your group as anything like, oh, we gotta have that, unless your characters are just really turned on by adventuring equipment that you can get in the PHB. There aren't even any like exotics like alchemist fires or things like that. It's all very basic. If you're on your last legs and haven't had a meal in days, this place has the kind of stuff you need. It has the food, the equipment to get you back on your feet. But more importantly, there is a space just behind this bench where somebody or something has uncovered a secret passage and gone through it. You can see the separation marks on the wall where this secret passage exists. Whoever went through it tried to close it behind them. It's like 90% closed. But with our exceptional passive perceptions in this group, it's almost instantly spotted by at least 2 or 3 of you that are just, hey, look at that. Chocolate digestive biscuits.
That's so good.
Yeah, chocolate biscuits.
So
I reach into my pack, pull out some jerky, hand monkey. Monkey eats it.
So I revert in form and become visible and say, I don't know if the rest of you see that, but there's a passage there. Somebody was in here and left using that, it would appear.
So, shall we follow said person?
Monkey son, there's a person standing on top of you. Watch out!
Watch out!
Why is there a person on top of me?
I am not on top of you. I am to the north of you.
And then on that monkey.
Again,
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not
stand on the
on a
monkey.
thing. I'm north of the thing.
I got
So much for loving nature.
Again, not on, to the north of.
The monkey randomly just looks at someone, stares, evil grins, and just points menacingly.
Fia will look right at Bree, because my passive is a 23 and you got an 18 on your stealth.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I just look over and like,
You're so good, Queen.
I have a passive 19, actually.
My passive is 24.
yeah, we all just like look at her
The
like,
alcoholic have a
Hi.
passive 24.
Just someone desperately thinking they're stealthy, even though we're all looking at them.
God. Nobody ever better
Stealthy by
try to
prayer.
fucking like sneak a fart in this group. Everybody's really like, you did it!
He who smelt it built it.
So Fia will look over at, Zavara and Breeze, and you're both kind of right next to each other, and he'll wave at both of them. Like, hi, now that you're here, you're welcome to come with us if you'd like.
Who are you and where are you going?
So I am Fia Lien. I would let the rest of them introduce themselves. But I think we're going to, as she points at the little secret door in the dugout, follow whoever went this way. They had all these undead riled up.
Yeah, the undead certainly had a reason to go after them, so maybe they need help. I am Manuel Antonio Matheson, and this is Monkey Son.
Bree is gonna try to shake Monkey Son's hand and like not kind of like just not acknowledge Manuel like at all, because she's just like, ooh, animal.
Monkey Son's a little confused. This is the most attention Monkey Son has gotten like ever.
Ever.
Bree's gonna ask, do you know what these creatures are even like doing here? This is very new situation.
He gets this look like a look of pity on her face almost. He's like, "Oh, is this the first time you've been involved in this? I'm sorry. That's a lot. That's a lot to bring you up to speed on."
Yes, I don't tend to venture outside of like my normal kind of home zone of the woods here, and it's normally just me and animals, and now there are these things that threaten all of us, and it's very strange.
Yes, it's terrible, as the word you should be using. So I can give you directions to a place of safety if you wish to leave and go there, or you're welcome to accompany us and learn along the way. There is a lot to teach you at this point if you've never really encountered this yet, and we don't have time to sit around and teach, but if you come with us, you can learn on the way.
They do seem to be leaving quite the path of destruction, so I do think I would like to assist in stopping them in doing that. I don't know what else they're really trying to do, or if they have a goal. I don't even know if you guys know if they have a goal, but right now it just seems to be destroying everything, and that's not okay. So I would very much like
Destroy
to
and
stop that.
consume.
I mean, they do have a goal. Their masters are liches and vampires and want to turn the universe into an undead void, basically, and we're fighting against that.
No. It's an undead utopia. Get it right.
Come down here and say that to my face, motherfucker.
One man's void is another man's utopia, okay? Like, it's fine.
And she'll look over at Zavala and say, the same offer applies to you. I can give you directions to a place of safety, or you can come with us. Or I guess you can also go on your own, if that's your choice.
Oh, I mean, I've been fighting these things for a while. I guess it'd be kind of cool to have some other people help.
He smiles brightly. Oh, that's excellent.
Wipe out a full 25% of the original number by herself. Yeah, we'd love to have you come with us. Yeah, that is an interesting counter right there. Interesting point that Manuel brings up, considering we have 2 Gloomstalkers in our party here. I know the rules in that respect are kind of weird, especially with the persistent gloom that we have in all of our locations, and the fact that all of our characters have access to dark vision technically means that on a normal day in the gloom, these characters are invisible to most of your normal sights. Of course, our passive perceptions, we're still generally aware of their presence around us through our other senses. But there are ways to negate that by using dim light. It is also an important distinction that the invisibility granted by the Gloomstalkers in these in darkness and what have you does not seem to have affected the Orange's perceptions in the gloom itself. I mean, it's almost as if the gloom is intentionally designed to shroud the Oranges and give them advantages, which is exactly what it's done. Devil's Sight is also quite handy. You can see through magical darkness even with that baby. But let's go ahead and... I'm sorry, if you guys... any further RP that you guys wish to do, or shall I move us to the next section?
Well, I'm good.
Let's go.
Yeah, if the 2 newcomers are done, Fia's ready to move on. She'll probably turn invisible as we go into the little tunnel.
Very nice. An oath bow upon the introduction. Solid gift right there.
I can't remember how to get the special text box in the...
Yeah, considering I lost my ranged weapon due to the whole things going plooey, but hey, no problem.
That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, exactly right. We've been rolling together for weeks. All of a sudden, Pretty Girl shows up and you're like, "Ooh, take the oath bow, please."
How do I get the special text box thing like Spartan just did and like everyone else has been doing? Because
Exclamation mark.
Yes.
CEM.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. So let's get you on to the next map here, as this door, as the passage beyond the secret door leads into a natural cave that after about 5 to 10 minutes of somewhat winding exploration, it'll continue straight for a bit before it goes through a minute or so of winding. Ceiling gets a little tight, so you gotta duck down. It's probably not advised that Moahula goes into rage in these confines, although I think it specifies if there's not enough room for her to expand, it just won't happen. But it's pretty tight quarters in here. Think the first act of the movie, The Descent, and you'll get a little clearer vision on the spelunking necessary to get us through this area. But it's clear that whoever went through this secret door also went through this narrow passage. It does eventually open up, as I said, after about 5 to 10 minutes of just going through these kinds of clustered confines. It does eventually open up into a more suitable 10-foot high, 10-foot wide passageway. We're able to breathe again, get our equipment stowed in a more comfortable position. before we discover some natural crystalline formations jutting from the walls around us. And it is quite clear that we have entered into a crystal cave of some sorts. And the sound of gently splashing water ahead indicates a much larger expanse. We'll get a look at that right now. Yes, indeed. Whoa, what's going on here? Just out of curiosity, has everybody seen most of the map despite the dynamic lighting, or is that just on my side?
I only see a
Just your
sliver.
side.
Yeah, I only see
I
a bit.
can't see shit.
Alright, well, I tried to test this map earlier tonight, and it appears that Roll20 is permanently stuck in that mode to where even on the player side, when I pan down to it here on the stream, it's going to show everything, including a hidden area. The bonus of that, I guess, is that our group has very high passive perceptions, so this area was not intended to stay very hidden for very long. We will address that, however, on the other side of our 10 minutes, so we'll jump back into the adventure very shortly, friends. Thanks for joining us for some Are You Gaming? Man, we got some solid RP going on here in the text chat behind the scenes, so I'm going to actually scroll it up here a little bit just to let you all catch up before we officially jump back into it. Most importantly, starting with this one right here.
Yeah, Don,
that's the most important.
I can give you a +1 longbow that I have.
Part of me thought Fia was going to like break it, if I'm being honest. Like no one should use it.
Some of this I'm only catching for the first time myself. Then it gets a little silly when the GM starts trying to get involved in the role play here.
Yeah, where is that bugbear? Is that under
Yeah,
ten?
that bugbear just came out of nowhere and disappeared just as quickly. I am but a random bugbear, but I would like to lay claim to this mighty weapon, if it please the court.
An eloquence barred bugbear. If I might interject.
If I might interject, if it please the court. Yeah, I mean, look at this.
play.
This is some solid stuff here. Everybody jumping in, getting some RP in. Very nice. Most everybody. Oh, he needs to spend a rest. I thought he said he was spending a rest. I'm like, oh, he's just taking a short rest in here right now, huh? All right, very good. So that
Nope.
catches us up.
I made sure that I clarified that after I spend a rest,
Yes.
I could dedicate.
Well, +1 longbow doesn't have attunement requirements, I don't think.
No, but in order for me to classify it as a martial arts weapon, I need to use this ability
Sure.
so that I can still use most of my other monk skills with it.
Good point, good point. Okay, so let's spread our group out here as comfortably as you like. Go ahead and at least move out into the room. The closer you guys get to the water line, this does appear to be a pretty deep pond here ahead of us. Underground, it almost immediately looks to be about 10 feet deep. And probably you would estimate at least 20 feet or deeper throughout the rest of it based on how you just lose line of sight of the bottom almost immediately from here. And then yes, Peely Peel and Feelien, go ahead and keep on heading south there. You guys are going to unveil the section of the map that I was just testing out earlier. Go ahead and hold right there. But yeah, I was testing this out earlier, so once I pan over to this spot on the live stream, everybody's going to see the hidden area on the other side of this crystal wall, which your characters probably don't see just yet, but instantly upon your characters arriving here, you guys just both look at each other like, that doesn't look right. And in a illusory sense, you get the feeling that this is a fake wall. I was trying to play with the foreground layer to where you guys would just be able to walk right through it and unveil the hidden area, but that didn't work out, so unfortunately this is the best I could do. But that is effectively the interaction. You are instantly convinced that this wall is of illusion magic, and you probably can just walk right through it if you so wish. You can't see through the illusion to the extent to be able to see what's on the other side. It's almost like there's a deeper layer of darkness on the other side of there. Although, did one of you say you had a Devil's Sight? J-Man?
Yeah, I've got Devil's Sight. Does Peely, who has True Sight? I think two of them do, don't they?
Spartan has True Sight.
Correct, yeah, DJ and Kimberly both have the True Sight boon. Alright, let's just... yeah, you guys go ahead and keep on moving up. Go ahead and get yourselves in better position if you like, whether it's by the water line, whether it's down here in this tunnel. Because J-Man does see monsters on the other side of this wall, so we're going to want to be somewhat in position for an encounter.
What do I see?
Okay, well, what I'm going to do, since I'm way back there, is Monkey Son and I check out the water to see if it's like kind of fresh and stuff, if it's drinkable water.
It is very clean and clear. It could probably stand from some filtration, though, considering the mineral levels that are likely to be present in it. But for Gail and Katie, if you guys want to move out a little bit more, you are welcome to do so. There is You said you had a pretty good passive perception as well, Don, right?
24.
24, yes, as you investigate the water line here. Hey, get back there.
Okay.
Katie, you might want to stay back over there with him as well, as he starts visibly noticing that there is a dark, shadowy something under the surface of the water that is rapidly moving towards the shoreline where you are gathered. So with that, let's also reveal what's going on down here. In this section, what's going on Twitch? I always get a little nervous when I get a Twitch alert on my phone. It's probably one of the many streamers I follow going live, but I'm always just used to it being, you can manage your mobile dashboard live from your phone, which means the stream crashed. Okay. First and foremost, let's get rid of the dynamic lighting barriers so you can instantly see through there. We will also remove the fake crystal illusion.
I mean, did it seem like they saw us do that?
It doesn't look like they do, at least not instantly. They kind of look like they're just listlessly kind of waving back and forth in their space. But you can clearly see some incorporeal undead on the other side of this wall. This does not instantly initiate an encounter. They're not rushing right towards you once you're at this spot. But your group is definitely aware of their presence. Simultaneously, over here in the water, there is a massive shadow that appears to be an extension of the gloom itself. And we're going to bring this fun thing onto the board. And yes, that's minus the screaming individual right there. This is very much what we're looking at. This cloud of horror that is under the surface of the water coming towards you. So now, regardless of what we're doing here in the south, we are going to call for a group-wide initiative because you guys can kind of see enough on the map here, especially from J-Man's position. He might actually even be able to see part of this little thing. Oh, nope, he can't quite. I cut the corners well enough in the cavern here. But right through here is another way to connect to this section of what's going on. So yeah, everybody go ahead, get the initiative going. We'll get this placed in the proper location. Bob, the dark horror of the deep. Yeesh. Okay, let's get these guys going with some initiative.
God damn it.
Womp.
Lord Magoo, how dare you roll a nat 1 on initiative?
Classic.
Oh.
I always have really high initiative, but I never roll well.
Yeah, any more initiative is just kind of all relative, unless you're going in the middle of the initiative, and even then it's all perspective, because any point of the initiative can be equally as valuable as another point. Sometimes it sucks going first because you rush out there and you're like, I'm going to kill that one thing, and then you're the one target for the 80 other things coming out at you.
You know, you can just say sometimes you're Lantirthi. Like, I mean, it's fine.
Sometimes you get the lucky initiative and you're Katie. All right, 7 of you, 2 of me. Don is going so fast that he's already finished. So, Gale is up next. Oh.
Hey, wait.
I'm sorry, dude. You went on a 31.22. That was before we were able to even make sense of what you were doing. The next person goes on an 18. What the heck? Go ahead, brother.
Well, the Gloomstalker, I could add my wisdom to my initiative, and it already has my dexterity, and I have 22s in both. So, all right.
Just a reminder, this thing is under the water, so it has some measure of defense in that respect. Sometimes underwater attacks don't work as well, although maybe if lightning is in your disposal and it's particularly susceptible, that might help. I do need to bring this into play. This is an important distinction before you start drawing all your stuff. Yeah. Okay, this dark aura extending from the gloom is a deepening gloom, a 30-foot radius of magical darkness extending out from this gloom at all times, moving with it and spreading around corners. Dark vision, of course, cannot penetrate this darkness. No natural light can illuminate it. There are other mechanical interactions that we will cover if and when they become relevant. But almost as soon as you see this shadowy thing under the water, it ascends to such a level that this gloom is now the predominant thing that you see, and now it's just a wall of darkness right here in front of you.
All right. Moa, Brig, let's head back down that way, and maybe it will follow us. And I head down this corridor.
Now we're going to have to change this guy's name to Brave Sir Robin.
Yeah, I know.
I understood that
Bravely bold Sir
reference.
Robin.
But he doesn't have any minstrels.
Yeah, you should have took the retainers feature.
Very. And if I had him on a bike, I would have my own minstrel cycle.
Yeah, your monkey is the minstrel. There you go. he's already halfway there.
He's got little cymbals. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay,
See
well,
what I have
Gale.
to put up with?
Yep.
My condolences.
Gale,
Thank
it's
you.
your turn.
All right, well, I'm going to follow.
Extra little movement to get through Katie's space there, but I'm pretty sure Gale's got extra movement as Barbarian. I like how she's using Manuel as a meat shield.
Well, can I get past him?
How much movement do you have?
55?
So this would have taken you 30 to get there. That's going to be 40 and then 50 and then 55 will get you all the way out to here if you want to go the full distance. Very cool, very cool.
Okey-doke.
And let's pass it over to Zivara's turn.
Okay, I just want to see. So I don't know. I wouldn't know anything about wraiths, right? I've been fighting zombies, but not wraiths.
Correct, yeah, these are not in the orange family of undead. They are unique to this site. And not anything that any of our group have encountered before. We might have encountered a wraith or two here and there, but I don't think any in our party have done so.
And also, the others are just like coming down behind us, like all like, oh my god, oh my god.
As the noise is increasing behind you, there is definitely a response from these wraiths. I was kind of giving our early approachers the benefit of assumed stealth. But let's see, we're going to go for Mind Sliver on, I missed which number? Number 3?
Number 3. Yeah.
Intelligence saving throw. All right. No.
Cool. And then the
Let's
next
see.
saving throw that it makes, it has to take off a d4.
Okay. Man, you call yourself an undead? You're not immune to psychic damage?
Yeah, that was mainly why I did it. I wanted to see if that would actually affect it. And then so that I'm not blocking people who can actually do melee stuff, I'm just gonna step over to the side.
Alright. That's going to be DJ's turn up next, and once this thing gets hit with the Mind Sliver, all of these let out a screeching wail, and it's kind of like in the Lost Boys when they get the one vampire in the lair and it just wakes all of them up. You're dead meat!
Can I, like, body check this wraith?
You can certainly try.
No, I'm gonna come forward. I guess there.
Okay.
Make an attack. See if I can do anything.
Very good.
I'm gonna inspo that.
Gosh, yeah, that was a sucky start. Okay, well, good news. My armor class is a mighty 12. So had you not natural 1'd that, you probably would have hit. Let's check here. Everybody make sure you're not using orange peeler, what have you, feats against either of these creatures here. They are not in the family. But yeah, looks like your extra die 12 is tracking there nicely. Redeemed the Beskars at the start of the session, so you guys get an example of the extra output that we can get. Alright, ouch, and that's about half that thing's hit points.
Alright, now that I know I can hit it, I'm gonna swing another time.
Alrighty. Well, shit. AC's a 12.
Can I do a force point for that?
You can. Need a 3 or better off of 2 die 8. There it is. There's a 7. That's 25 more of its hit points. So yeah, this thing is just crushed and in a bad way before it even has a turn.
And I can't use my bonus action to kill it because I have not crit it. So I'm just gonna end my turn there.
Alright. So we're going to begin with a series, I keep clicking the wrong monster. Begin with a series of bonus actions. Okay. We're going to target Spartan with Flayed Wraith Numero Uno. This effect right here, a wisdom saving throw on a failure, such and such psychic damage, and incapacitation on a success, half the psychic damage, and no incapacitation. What's
I
it
don't
going
like
for?
that.
Oh yeah, incapacitation is no fun. Woo!
I'll take it.
That's 4 points of psychic damage. This one right here is...
Is that after it's halved and then I'm resistant?
No, that is just the half. So you take any of your personal resistances into account. Sometimes I'll start naturally adding that in myself, like with barbarians, but a lot of times I forget that stuff. So that's up to you.
So 2 damage.
2 whole points of damage. Stay right there. I need to do this 65 more times. Oh, that's right. We don't have that. Okay, so number 2 is going to do some of the same. We're going to target you with another one of these. This is just a bonus action. So yeah, we're going to start off with the bonuses. Well, damn.
I'm gonna Indomitable that.
Okay. And this one
So
right
I just re-roll it.
here. Indomitable, I think, is it reroll or is it automatically make it?
It's a reroll. It's a reroll.
Reroll.
Okay. Wow, on the money. Okay, so damage-wise from this one, we're looking at a whole 3 points of damage, which you will resist down to 1. Always round down.
Thank you for that new perk.
Okay, so our third one is going to do a bit of the same, and then we'll go into the actions.
I can't hero point, can I?
You can. It's per roll.
I'm doing that.
Okay. They're making you burn through your stuff. Pretty low DCs as well. All right. So 9 becomes 4, becomes 2. And then we're going to take their actions before we get buried in multiple turns at once. I'm sorry, it's not a bonus action for it to do that. It does that, and then it does this. So it kind of comes off as a bonus action to me. But we're going to float right over here.
I'm trying to not be incapacitated because I take the least amount of damage from anything.
Well, it's also nice to be able to play the game, too. So an incapacitation kind of prevents that from happening. Okay, so 2 claw attacks. Okay, well, it's a good thing that this is from the first one here. Oh, there it is. There's the third. I thought something weird happened. I thought I clicked it twice. Let's, whatever, we'll count it. Okay, so 24 is from this one here, which looks to hit your AC exactly. And then the second one is also from this one, which is an 18, which will miss. And then this guy comes over to get in flank and gets an 18, which also misses. And then a 20, which also misses. So looks like from all of that, 2 slashing, and 1 necrotic. And then we'll try a bit of the same from this guy. There's a 24. 5 slashing, 7 necrotic in your direction. And then we got 3 more of them tucked away down here in the south. Let's go here, 20, 25, 30. Hey, look, it's Peely Beal. Let's test his wisdom right here.
I'm gonna activate my sentinel.
You can do that, I think, if it takes an attack. This is technically... Well, yeah, I think that would technically fall in. Not rolling an attack roll. When it makes an attack. Yeah, that would count. Ouch! Ouch! Okay, yeah, that really hurts. Did we get a wisdom save from Peely Beal there? That is good. You will take... Oh, apparently this is the super one. There we go. 13, so 6 psychic damage. And then we're going to do 2 claw attacks on Spartan in response there. Or no, I'm sorry, we've got 60 feet of flight. We were going to provoke the attack of opportunity when we moved here, but since you had to get greedy and take it before we got our attack there, you don't have it now.
Can it move since he did Sentinel?
Oh, is that right? I don't think I can. When you hit with
Yeah.
an opportunity.
It's kind of weird wording on that, so I wasn't.
He did not hit me with an opportunity attack, technically. He used the third paragraph right there, which is its own little precursor and own specifiers.
That's true. It says you use your reaction to attack. It does not say you use an opportunity attack.
Right. So let's try 2 claw attacks. Holy crap! I mean, those would have hit Spartan, but instead they're both hitting Peely Beal right there for, as we see, slashing necrotic damage. Ouch, ouch! Man, now the dice show up.
I'll take 10 from the first one with Uncanny Dodge.
Gotcha.
So. Oh my god, I can't do math. 16.
We're gonna float here. And then we're gonna try to get into this space here to get on the side of you and realize that we can't. And somehow move Justin out of the way. Let's change that around. That's weird. What is my passive perception? -1. Okay. That's weird. I could have sworn the wall began over here. It's been a while since I ventured out from my lair. I guess the wall extends to here. Whatever. Let's attack this guy. Okay, a little bit more of the same. Another wisdom save on Peely Peel. 2 more claw attacks. Holy moly! Jeez. 3 out of 4 natural 20s right there. Good God. And a failed wisdom save.
I'll inspo reroll.
Inspo, that's good. So you don't fail that. The psychic damage comes out to, good God, 7 psychic damage on the success. And then 2 more hits there from the 2 claw attacks. And then the final one will swoop up. Yeah, let's do some of that. Float on through here. 1 or 2. We are going to concentrate on Peely Peel again. Goodness gracious. A howl of agony to begin. Jeez.
I'll inspo and take the 20.
Alright. 3 psychic damage, and then 2 loose flank claw attacks. Come on, no natural 20. Thank goodness, 2 missed attacks, finally. I think I have a development. Yes, I do. I'm going to need to put it on AFK here briefly. Little something happening at the front door, but that is it for the Flayed Wraith's turns, and Peely Peel is looking for a measure of retribution on the other side of a short BRB, like 3 minutes tops here, friends. Be right back. And we're back. Go right ahead there, Paul.
A runaway? Well, first of all,
Did you see that I took an attack of opportunity on that one guy that went past me?
What the? I did not permit that.
not allowed.
Who moved past you? Oh, yeah, he did. He technically did. That son of a bitch.
Well, I'm gonna attack this one in front of Fia.
I will say that's not magical damage if it matters. It's just regular damage.
Ooh, it does.
Well, in that case, I will bonus action disengage. To move back here, and I will shoot my bow at this one in front of Fia.
Okay.
Oof.
12 is a hit. That's my AC.
I'm gonna re-roll one of the sneak attack dice.
Okay.
An extra 3 damage, so 21
Blackjack.
damage altogether. And I will keep moving. I'll move here. Other side of the molehill.
Alright.
And that will be me.
Let's go over to J-Man's first turn here.
That is some screwed up shit.
What is this? Okay. Batter all creatures within 10 feet. But what about your friend over here? Bop, 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 bop.
Honestly, I didn't see here because on my map, I can't see that.
Oh, damn! That's fantastic. Yep, you are perfectly positioned to not be able to see her. But it does target all creatures within 10 feet. Okay, strength saving throws. 4 from me, 1 from Kimberly. I failed all 4 times, as did Kimberly. On the base there. Necrotic damage and no reactions until our next turn. Okay. Looks like it's 11 total damage right there on a failed save and no reactions.
Ow.
What was that?
Okay. I kind of like looked around the corner like, oh shit. And then I guess I will. I'm gonna move over to you and put what looks like a lump of flesh in your hand. I'm gonna give you a good berry.
That was the worst description ever that you could have given.
Well, that's kind of what it is. Her good berries are basically like cysts or tumors.
Oh
Not
god.
berries.
That's so gross. Okay.
Eat this.
Okay, Katie, it's over to your turn, and yeah, you're in a pretty good spot to maybe not be getting effed up by all this stuff so far.
Yeah, so far.
as the
It changed
approaching
real quick,
wall of
huh?
gloom is imminently bearing down.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go off in the direction where I saw everybody else going. And then I can see. I think I'd have. Well, I see about the same amount of 6 and 5, but I don't think I could make the angle to really truly hit. Well, if I go to 6, if I aim at 6, is it having like any kind of coverage or block from the kind of jutting out rock right there? Yeah.
I do. Between the characters between us and the rock, it's got a +5 to its AC, so it's got an AC of 17 instead of 12.
Okay, that's super, super fun for all of us, I'm sure.
Maybe you shoot Peely Beal in the back of the neck. Oh, God.
Yeah, right?
Why?
We'll just finish him off here, right now. Let's do it.
I deserve it.
I think I'm gonna take a shot at 6 here anyway.
All right.
I don't have anything that would counteract its hiding. However, I will go for it. Please hit.
Look at that. Do we have... Yeah, this thing was not aware of your presence, so I'm going to count that as a sneak attack.
And then I will also use my extra attack on 6 because he is basically the closest to us. So I will continue to treat him as the most imminent threat. What?
Katie, aren't you a Gloomstalker? Don't you get like that bonus stuff for your first attack?
Yes, I am Gloomstalker. Which thing?
Was it
Dread
like
ambusher?
2d6 or something? It's
I believe it's
2d6 or
Dread
1d8?
I think it's 1d8. Yeah, at the start, right? That one? I think this is what we're talking about.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's 1d8. Let me roll that.
I have a bugbear one of these in Sunday morning, so I get confused as to which is the damage source. Is the 2d6 his bugbear thing, or is it the ambusher thing? And likewise, what's the die 8? Alright, so we got that.
And then the second attacks, back up here and click beyond that. I'll burn my inspo on that.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to like re-roll for a crit roll or for crit hunting here, or
if you want.
I'll try it. Yeah, nah. Like almost the exact same roll. That's amazing.
Right.
And yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stay right there. I'm not gonna use any of my bonus actions. I'm just gonna stay put behind Manuel and my best friend Monkey Son here.
Did you take extra attack, or was that the free attack as part of that action that you took?
Oh, that was my extra attack.
You technically get 3 attacks on your first round.
Right.
Word.
And then it's this one right here that if this one hits, I would have taken that extra die 8, but we already got that accounted for. Okay, so that's another good bit of damage there. We'll take it.
Alright, yeah, and then pass it on to the one person who rolled lower than me in initiative.
Hey, it's my turn finally. I'm going to do something.
Oh, what do we got? What do we got? Sure. Perception, decent. Each of you can hear telepathically forced into your psyche a hollow voice, seemingly from very far away, almost as if it's screaming at you through a windstorm. Again, telepathically into your mind. All who draw breath, all with blood in their veins, shall join the infinite gloom. Okay, so we're gonna move now.
Stop killing him and let him finish his speech.
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Oh boy. All right.
We all
we
hear
have
that, or just the ones who are engaged in combat at the moment?
everyone, everybody within 120 feet of this thing, which would be the entire party. But this thing is
Okay,
going
thanks.
to, of course, it is going to move through the solid rock and get itself just adjacent to Feelien here, who, for some reason, it can see. It is going to actually have that rare bit of thing here where it's going to take the force damage because it's ending its turn inside the rock. So we're going to take 6 points of damage.
That scared the shit out of me.
And then we're going to try... Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, this thing is just a shadow emerging from the wall to the side of Feelien here. And it's going to try to attack 3 times with a despairing tendril of shadow. Wow. Alright. So that hurts. 39 psychic from the first attack. Another damn natural 20 tonight. A second attack. Thankfully a miss. The third and final one of these. That's going to touch you again for another 17. 39, 49, 56 points of damage on a character with 57 HP.
I'm going to use my lucky on that nat 20 and have him re-roll that.
Okay. Let's... Boom. Alright. We'll turn that into 17 damage instead of 39. And
That would have been bad.
That will close the Incarnate Gloom's turn. Pass it over to Dawn, who's kind of wedged over here in the middle of the tunnel now.
Right. And can't see at the moment.
That is
even though I do have
correct.
dark vision.
Yes, all of our
Let's
characters
see.
are inside of this magical darkness now. Katie is the only character who's partly in, partly outside of it.
That surprising attack made me break my concentration on invisibility.
Oh, damn.
Not that it mattered against it, but at least the wraiths couldn't see me before.
Yeah, sure. And they probably can't see you now because it's all magically dark in the middle of this shit.
I guess I have a question. Am I still able to see here?
You have the devil sight, right?
Yeah, I just didn't know because sometimes the gloom acts differently.
It does work still in that respect. You can't see like the 120 feet, but you can see through the magical darkness.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much stuck. So it's because I've got someone behind me, someone in front of me. I can't see anything. My monk can't see anything.
Help!
Now you know why I kind of left that area. It's just kind of.
Who all has true sight besides me?
Yeah,
Me.
so I'm going to be done at the point. There's not really much I can do.
Alrighty. Yeah, and I'm not sure if True Seeing actually pierces magical darkness. The spell by itself says you can notice secret doors hidden by magic, can see into the ethereal plane, and you see things as they actually are, i.e. can see through illusions. I don't know if it counters darkness, but definitely worth addressing. Gale, your turn.
All right, so we can't see anything that's like even right in front of us.
That is correct, yep. It is pitch black.
I figured you'd want that information.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, darkness is heavy obscurement, which basically means you're blind, so all your attacks and stuff have disadvantage, basically, and you have to kind of guess where you're attacking.
Correct.
Can I use keen smell to detect opponents?
Probably not in this case because they're ghosts and shadows. But what is your perception? What's your passive perception? Just remember these things
15.
on 15, yeah. On each of these things turns, they're letting out that loud howl of agony. So, oh, it screams into the mind of one creature, my bad, so it's not something everybody can actually hear. But passive of 15, you should be able to at least make your way decently enough to figure out where these creatures to the south of you are at, I'm thinking. You would still be at disadvantage on any attacks because it's pitch black, but you literally just saw them there a second ago, and then this sheet of darkness came in to obscure everything. So while it is disadvantageous, it is not paralyzing.
I'm sorry, what was that last thing you said?
The darkness is disadvantageous, but it's not paralyzing. So you can still move through it, although... ignore the although. It's pretty much you're just at disadvantage on attacks.
Alright, so I'm going to try for the one that I'm pretty much right on top of.
All right. And then just also a heads up from our characters who can see through this effect. You can, of course, guide your companions as they're going by, like Zavara as Mohula's going by. Like, there's one right in front of you, kind of thing.
Yeah, do that.
Go ahead with your attacks. Disadvantage due to blindness, effectively. My AC is a 12, so a 13 is still going to hit. And that is a magical weapon, so that is going to destroy the first of the flayed wraiths. And same thing, Spartan and Fielian and Zavara, they're all perfectly, like, intersected right here to direct you towards Either of the next two. The one that's most injured right there, yep. Or the one that's right over here next to J-Man. Either or. Not sure what that was, whoever was speaking cut out there. Directed her towards this one here. That's going to finish that one off as well. 2 down, 4 to go.
Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit though, just in case there's something there.
Okay. And we would take our attack of opportunity on you if A, we knew where you were, and B, we could take our reaction. All kinds of stuff going on.
And that will
right
do it
here.
for me.
Very good. That's over to Kimberly. Don't forget your regen.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
So much to track.
Okay. How tall is the ceiling? How high is the ceiling?
About 10 feet. Pretty narrow confines in here.
Guess I'll go up 5 feet then.
Oh, that's right. They're raised. They don't need any buddies.
If I'm flying 5 feet up like this, does that put me still within melee if I go in this direction?
It does, yeah.
Well, I don't want to do that. Can I be at 10 feet and be like right at the ceiling then? Is that okay?
You can, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that because I want to not be at disadvantage for stuff. Okay, and I see that monstrosity, whatever that is.
Yeah, just a big old shadow right there in the center of the pitch black. Is that who you're targeting?
Yeah, the big one.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, how does that interact?
Yeah, I wasn't sure, like, with the whole light thing, if that really did anything.
Interesting. Okay. This is a very important saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
No. Oh, God.
Of course. Why not?
Oh, my God.
Wonderful.
Wow. Okay. So we will take...
I mean, I was going to say that it was showing my spell save DC wrong, but that doesn't matter.
So it is resistant to fire, so all of that, it will take 3 fire damage.
Gosh.
Wow.
Level spell.
Level 5 spell didn't even do 5 points of damage. Ah. Wow, that is depressing. Did that really roll 8 dice 6 and get 15? It sure did. Wow. Look at that.
So many freaking ones.
Right? 1 1 1 1 2 2 3 4. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Wonderful. I would like to quicken a spell, please. and do a cantrip and do actual damage of some kind.
Fair.
Freaking dang it!
Wow.
Dinkberry.
I haven't seen something like that since Don rolled a 42 on his use the force
Same
check
one.
and got 4 points of damage.
I'm so bad.
Force blast. Hey, I think that's what Don used. It was a Jedi that he used it with. Let's see. Same target?
Yes.
Okay, AC on this one is a 16. That
Reminds me of
will
your
hit.
shot on the professor.
Oh God, yeah, exactly. The originator right there. 6, 6, 6, 6. How many did he get? Oh man, it was like a 72 on my attack roll. All right, now let's roll damage. 1. Fuck. Bounced off his damn eyelid. Okay, we are not resistant to force damage, so we will take all of that.
Great. Did like 3 times as much damage with my stupid cantrip.
Wow, indeed.
I'm just gonna hang out on the ceiling and pout for a while.
All right. Let's check in with Spartan.
I'm gonna attack the closest near-death one, so that would be Wraith number 1.
Okay, don't forget to regen most of the damage that you've taken.
That'll be, what, 6 hit points?
It is 6 HP, yeah.
I'm inspilling that.
Wow. All right. Well, that's the difference between a miss and dead Wraith.
And next attack.
Apparently, I got all the natural 20s tonight. Jeez. I think I've rolled 6 of them. Next attack is
I'm gonna
on
attack Flay number 2.
number 2. Gotcha. 24 damage. We'll take it. Okay.
And because I killed the first one, I'm gonna get another attack.
Yeah, technically this was that extra attack, and then this is your extra attack, but same way, another 25 damage. Okay. Cannot believe I natural 20 that save. That would have been huge, taking that
I
freaking
believe
darkness
that's
away.
all I can do.
I thought for sure my time had come for a natural 1, but nope, another natural 20. All right. Let that be a reminder to spend some of those Beskars on your next long rest for impose disadvantage on the DM's roll and force a reroll, because they are 2 separate things, 2 separate Beskar costs, 2 different results. One of them is if you can see obviously that I've got a shit roll on the other side, impose disadvantage. The other is if I've rolled a 23 and a 24 like I just did, force a reroll entirely and hope for the best. They are worthwhile. I've seen people spend much more Beskar on much lesser effects. You just have to be timely about when you purchase these. Alright, so the Wraiths are up. We've got... They're going to check in with each other. Did you do any damage to that guy? Hey, there's my natural 1. No, I didn't do any damage to him, did you? No, me neither. There's another fucking natural 20.
You're done. You've hit your limit.
I think
Over.
so. 7 nat 20s. One of them wasted on a meaningless intelligence check from an undead. Okay, so we've got Spartan flanked here. We are going to stick with that. One of them looks up at Zavara up there. These things are floating maybe like 6 inches off the ground, so you're guessing it could probably get up there to you if it wanted to, but it seems to have eyes only for Spartan. This one, on the other hand, all of a sudden notices Fia Lien standing. Or no, wait, we don't notice shit. We're in the fucking darkness. We don't know fuck about nothing. And our passive perception is absolute garbage. Who was I attacking? Peely Beal was right here, wasn't he? And then he ran away.
Keyword was.
Okay, well, we need to roll a perception
Fucking
check
dick.
then. Okay. Well, I do sense a target right here, so that is indeed who we're going to end up attacking. Unfortunately, this is now off the table because it specifies we have to be able to see you to do it. So we're just going to take some claw attacks. Advantage, disadvantage, wash. 2 attacks on Felien, 20 to hit for 11 damage. And then we go to the 2 of them over here. Likewise, they're already on Spartan, so the darkness is going to impose the disadvantage, but we're not going to change up our tactics. Flank, disadvantage, wash. All 4 of those will miss. That is it for the Wraiths. We'll pass it over to Peely Beal's turn. Up over to here.
Can Peely Beal use his high passive and assume that the one that was in front of Fia before he ran away is still there? This one.
You're going to try a ranged attack in the pitch black?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
I'm going to use steady aim to offset the disadvantage a little bit. Also, let me use my sneak attack.
Oh, make sure you always have the advantage, disadvantage turned on. 14 is going to miss, actually.
I will heal point.
Try a booster on that. +5. That will
19.
hit. We'll take that.
And that's all they can do.
Don't forget your regen up there. And J-Man, how about you?
Well, I think I'm gonna use my wild shape to turn into a beast, give myself some extra hit points there.
Okay.
Then I might as well take some attacks, see if I can hurt this thing.
Very good. $16 is my AC. Those will both touch down. Non-magical damage though, so we do resist. Kind of fitting that this... Go ahead.
That would be my turn, so.
Gotcha. I'm going to say it's kind of fitting that this thing is wedged in the wall so you guys can't see its health bar. It would be kind of hard to tell the damage you're dealing to it anyway. Over to Katie, your next turn.
Alright. So I'm partially in and partially out of this.
Exactly. Yeah, you've got a very weird two worlds scenario going on here.
I'm just unclear as to how that affects my vision, what I would and wouldn't be able to properly kind of see, given that I'm partially in, partially out of this.
Pretty much everything outside of the effect over on this side of the dome is clear for you to see, and then everything inside of it down here just becomes pitch black. You can hear combat still going on. You still have your recollection of where things were, where you think things are. The wraiths have not moved at all, so it's perfectly fair game to target the spaces they were in and damage them that way. If they had moved around a bit, then I would probably disallow such metagaming, but as they've stayed in the exact same spaces, there's really nothing preventing you from targeting that space. It's just much harder to hit because it's pitch black, it's disadvantaged, we still have cover.
Yeah, well, can't really, like, go anywhere, so I'm just gonna kind of fire it where I remember number 5 being down here.
Come on, double natural 20s.
Oh! Yeah, right.
Oh, there's a decent shot. Disadvantage 17. 12 plus cover. We're still a little bit shy there. If we have a hero or a force point sitting around somewhere, that might finish that one off.
Can I use one of my April Hype Train inspos for that? And have that use the first roll? Or would I just have to re-roll entirely?
That would default to the first roll. So yes, that would indeed get the job done and finish that one off.
Beautiful. And then I will end my turn there, because I can't really go anywhere else or do anything else.
Okay. Well, now the gloom is up. Oh, sure. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go like right there. Okay, so we're gonna use the Engulfing Shadow ability. It can enter huge or smaller characters' spaces. When it enters a creature's space, the creature rolls a Dex saving throw, DC 18. On a success, you can choose to sidestep just outside of the gloom's space. A creature that chooses not to sidestep suffers the consequences of a failed saving throw. All three of you, let's check your Dex saves there. Filian, Zavara, and Moahula.
How big is this thing? Is it, like, taking up the whole space?
It is. It's gargantuan.
Awesome.
This thing's as big as Tarask as far as 5e mechanics are concerned.
Dex save?
Dex saves, yeah. Technically, part of us is ending our turn once again inside of a solid object. So we're going to take 10 points of force damage this time.
I will inspo to, because you said it was an 18, right?
18, yeah. So
Yeah,
good. Moahula is the only one right now that's got a die roll that's not helping.
I mean, that wouldn't make sense. I'm too big.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not Moahula who failed. It's Filian who failed. I don't know what I'm looking at there. All right. Very good.
So on a success, she gets to move out of the area, right? Or does she have to stay there until her turn?
Correct. On a success, you guys can choose to sidestep outside of this thing's space. So that would technically be, yeah, exactly, like over to those two spaces right there, so you're not in any part of it. And for J-Man, it is necrotic damage. (16 necrotic). And you also suffer 1 level of exhaustion. And you are engulfed in shadow. This engulfing entails the blinded and restrained conditions. And you have total cover against attacks and other effects from outside of the gloom. You will also take persistent necrotic damage at the start of each of this thing's turns. If the gloom moves, the engulfed creature does not move with it. You can try to escape by taking an action to roll a wisdom check. And on a success, you escape the gloom and enter a space within 5 feet of the gloom itself. This is the full ability right there. Pretty sure we just covered all that. Nothing hidden or special, so we can post the whole thing. Just trying to get out of the habit of posting abilities that clearly say, if this thing is cast, it counters the ability entirely. It's like, well, that's probably something that we might not have access to for some of these monsters. Alright, so that is that. That takes up our action. Instead of the 3 attacks, we end up doing that instead. And then, as we prepare to close out the session, figure we can't leave another as we've done. So let's bring our special guest. Not sure why there's no line of sight there. Probably because J-Man can't see me. Just makes it all the more...
What?
Oh, holy shit.
If you're going to entitle an episode The Lost Jedi, there is no more fitting Jedi in our version of Star Wars What If than Ahsoka Tano. Star Wars What If began in 2005. Ahsoka Tano did not exist back then. There was no apprentice to Anakin Skywalker. There was no Ahsoka Tano in any of our Star Wars What If tales ever. She is very, very misplaced out of space and time, which is not a unique occurrence for any of our characters here. And hence, that is why she is the Lost Jedi. We are going to step through the gloom. We are using the Force here to kind of feel our way along. I've tried to customize her sheet as best I could, but we're going to step in here with a pair of attacks with our, yes, our white lightsabers. First a regular and then a Shoto attack. Not the greatest debut here, as we're kind of attacking blindly, but we do have the ability to do so. We have blind sight. But neither of those attacks are coming close. So I think just to avoid...
I will spend
don't worry about it.
inspiration on that second one.
Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, inspiration on the second one will be very handy. The first one, however, we're going to spend our own force point and bolster that. Make that 2 hits. And let's check on that. No, that's not going to be sufficient to do anything about the gloom, but that is going to be a pair of hits. And we got Ahsoka entered into the initiative on a mighty 5.18. So we will check in 2 weeks from now with the continuation of this battle in the Kyber Crystal Caves, while we vastly and quickly approach the Kyber Nexus. If you guys all saw the episode titles posted in the bi-weekly channels for the next few sessions, you'll note that that is a common theme among most of our tables. We are going to have the Marina City Nexus, the Chicago Stadium Nexus, the Kyber Crystal Mines Nexus. There are 6 of these sites, one for each table. We've actually had one of them already at the tail end of the original Coalescence chapter. If you remember the text play channel on the planet Lorth, the first Coalescence Nexus event took place there, and we let it sit for about 5 months, where unfortunately nobody did anything about it. The planet was imploded. The fate of our original Coalescence characters completely unknown. We don't know what's going on with that. And now we've got 6 more of these events to address, and we're not going to have the opportunity to sit and let them develop into a catastrophic world-ending event this time around. So check us out 2 weeks from now at this table, officially wrapping up week 19 here at the Coalescence Act 5. That is a lot of sessions. That's over 120 sessions, or nearing 120 sessions, I should say, between all 6 tables over the Coalescence Acts 4 and 5 so far. Let's get the initiative tracked over if we didn't do that already. Do or do not. There is no try, is my response to what's posted there in the chat. We had 5 months to address that, so what happened, happened. We'll catch up with you this Sunday morning, friends, as we begin week 20 of the Coalescence. Reminder, week 22 is our final week before we take a month off. We're going to be off for most of the month of July. I think the final week of July, we're actually back because I'm taking 4 weeks off, and July's like one of those 4.5, 5-week months. So we will be back for part of July, but we're going to be out after another 6 weeks-ish of gaming activities. So make sure to attend your tables if you want to get that gaming itch satisfied, because our clock is winding down. It was just a couple weeks ago that we were gaming all sessions every week, and I'm already looking to the horizon ahead. Got all of our tables ready, and the maps built, and the stories and adventures prepared. So thank you for joining us for all of our adventures here at Roleplaying Unlimited, where, as you know, there's no RU without you. Have a good night, all.
Night.
Night, y'all.
Night.
Good night, everybody.